little bit of an update here. Got the front bumper removed off the car. My intention was to get these headlights removed so that way I can get the lenses all re-cleared, but I ran into an issue on the driver's side where this little clip kind of froze up, and when I try to take it out, it just kind of ruined this headlight mount. So I'm trying to debate if I want to try to like plastic weld that and get that back to where it needs to be, or just source out a new one, a new used one that I'll get this re-clear coated. These are the STI headlights that came factory in the car because this is a limited, so it's got the HIDs and headlight leveling set up, so it would be nice to retain that. I was looking at the Morimoto headlights, but I don't like how the edges like stick out on the Morimotos versus the factory ones. So probably just replace this unit, get both headlights re-cleared, and go from there. I do need to remove this crash beam so that way I can get the front mount intercooler installed. The ETS kit does not retain this, so I'm just going to remove that, frees up a lot of room, and then we can get that installed and start clearing out the office space. Started making some progress on the engine build. We've got the driver's side head pretty much all finished up. I did check all the clearances on the cams, and this side is good. The driver's side does have some tight tolerances, so I just gotta get some new buckets to kind of free up some space there. But we did start doing the AN fittings on both the block and the cylinder heads. I do have the crossover pipe all mounted up, showcasing the nice powder coating, matches the valve covers. I do need to still remove this pipe here, which is the oil return. I am going AN, so we'll just pull this out, swap that out. But I figured I'd give you guys a quick overview of essentially how the engine build is going. I'm trying to replace as many fasteners as I can with the zinc coated ones so they're nice and fresh. But that's what I've got so far. Okay, so I did reprint this ECU mount, and basically what I did is I went ahead and inserted some thread certs, and I drilled those out so that way I can just put an M6 bolt in there, and that way it's not clamping against the plastic. So just like the last one, ECU goes in here nice and tight, and then the bolt just goes in there on the factory mount. So I was going to remake this into a billet aluminum one, but I just don't have as much room as I thought I was going to have, so I'm just going to stick with this 3D printed one. I could get this mount itself made out of aluminum, as it's a little bit lower profile than the actual M-Tron mount, but for now this will do. Alright, so I got the new ETC4 3D mount printed out, and I went ahead and put in these brass inserts, so that way it gives it a little bit more rigidity when you bolt through here. So this just slides in here, and then you get your through bolt. And looks like this. And that's it. So let's go ahead and get this module in here and then mount it up to the car, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so we got that new mount all mounted up, nice and sturdy. Gives you a little bit of clearance back there just to cover this kind of plastic thing. So I don't know if you can see down there, but there's just enough gap in there. So this is securely mounted. We're good to go. Wrapping up on the ECU, I did print off the new mount like I showed you, and got this all bolted down, reinstalled. So just gotta put the DTM connector on this side and then install. I did get the new plug, so I just gotta wire that up for the wideband, and then this will pretty much be finished up. Kind of holding off on this until I get the engine installed and the downpipe installed, because I do need to get that bung welded, and I don't want to make the wires too long or too short, so I figured I'd get all the hard parts in and then wire it up when it's done. So that's what I've got for this week. Appreciate you guys dropping by again. Hopefully I get some more progress on the engine build, but I do got to order some more bolts and then wait for those cam buckets to come in so I can finalize that up. I will be working on the oil pan, and then hopefully getting the exhaust all mounted up so that way I can get the EGT probes drilled and then welded. hopefully get that in the car pretty soon so I can start mocking up the downpipe, finish up the wiring for the O2 sensor, and then do the modifications we need on the subframe. Hopefully that's pretty easy, but we'll find out when the engine's in. Thanks guys. If you haven't yet, please make sure you like and subscribe. Again, leave any comments if you want to see anything specific or anything different. Appreciate the feedback.